what made you decide to build a farm out here?
I had started with a raised bed in my backyard, and she was saying, why don't we actually take that idea and put it on our land, the family's land. And so we decided to build 40 raised beds on our land and be able to teach kids about agriculture and also sell things to restaurants and food trucks as well too. And so that started around 2014, and here we are in 2021, growing things and selling at markets. And that's now one of the largest urban farms in Houston, Texas. As you can see, we're really in an urban environment. You have trucks, 18-wheelers around here all the time, so it's just like in the middle, and it's a good getaway for me, and our office is like right around the street. This community is really needing it too, with it being a food desert, so right here we don't have anything. We have a few taco trucks, maybe 1 or 2 restaurants. The grocery store is like 5 miles away, and so really we don't have anything here. And I know we probably won't be big enough to actually sell to everybody here, but we'll be big enough to teach everybody here. And so we want to teach everybody how to grow things in the backyard, grow some veggies. Learn some of the grocery stores here don't have the freshest produce, so we want people to be able to grow things and be able to eat fresh and eat organic and natural as well too. So our goal is to teach. You know, we would love to be one of the biggest farms, but that's probably not going to be happening. But we want to make the biggest impact and teach people how to grow things, and so they can continue to teach people as well too. So a lot of times you'll see tree companies cutting out all these trees around everywhere. And so what I do is flag them down, and they'll come and drop them off for free. And so they get charged to actually use to dump the wood chips. And so they want to find places like us to actually dump the compost, the wood chips, and that. The wood chips actually add nitrogen to the soil. It also kills weeds as well too. It also works as good mulch as well too. So it's actually really good for you to find those people, and they don't have to pay to drop it off, and whatever they do with it, and they can drop it off at your local farm or in your backyard, and you kind of use it, and they'll use it as compost as well too, because it breaks down.
I think it's so cool. I just love that you're using what is at your disposal and you're making something with it. And also, I mean, it's just a continual cycle. The fact that you can grow that way is just, it's mind-blowing.
Creative, you have to be on, a small budget like we are, a small farm that's made just for really teaching people how to do things. We don't have the biggest things, so we have to do things that we can kind of like be creative, and getting those wood chips and stuff like that, or finding the compost that we can, or even creating our own compost pile now is a great way for us to save money, but also be efficient as well too, and also being sustainable, not letting things go to waste pretty much.
So tell me a little bit about the materials that you're using.
So these are center blocks that we pretty much just got from Home Depot, but in a way to save money, we get things from our nonprofit that's shipped over here for us to give out supplies, so they bring them on pallets. And so what we did was turn those pallets into actually our compost containers. And so just kind of cool little pallets. Compost needs air to kind of breathe as well too, so they have holes inside of those. And so we built that little makeshift kind of like box thing, and we started our compost piles with that. And so just using things that are free and delivered here and finding a way to be creative to kind of make things out of it is kind of like a joy, and kind of being creative for me as well too. I think a lot of times people thought farmers are just an afterthought, but with the pandemic happening, our sales from farming went up, almost double, and we wasn't prepared for that because the grocery stores are full, people were afraid to go on lines, they wanted something open air, and so we were the first in line. So next thing you know, we're getting a few orders a week, and next thing you know, we're getting 100 in one day. And so I think now people are realizing that your essential workers are not just nurses, they're not just doctors, they are your farmers, they're bringing your food, your delivery drivers that are dropping it off to the grocery store, people that needs help. We're creating new farmers, new agriculture engineers, new technologists, just all with our nonprofit in this small 6-acre garden. I tell people they can come out to the farm, we schedule visits, they can come out here and we can give you a tour. We also build raised beds in your backyard, so if you want to learn and start small, we're the people to kind of help you out and kind of build that bed for you.
What's given you the most joy, and what do you think that you've taken away from it so far?
I think the most joy is just seeing people eat fresh and eat healthy. I grew up in a family that, we grew up Southern food, soul food, and things that we cooked wasn't so healthy. And so seeing people be able to eat fresher things, knowing that they don't need so much of these grease and stuff inside of it when it's so fresh. You don't have to add extra things. And so seeing people eat fresh and eat healthy is like my biggest joy. So what's next for us is expanding our land, bringing in more youth, creating more programs to teach kids and finding kids that want to work in this, so we can kind of become a stepping stone for them to learn about agriculture and nutrition and entrepreneurship.
So the town that we're trying to create is one with people and planet, and a big part of sustainability is also sustaining yourself and nurturing and nourishing yourself. So what are those things that sustain and nourish you?
I think gardening is one of the biggest things that helps me out. Just staying focused, it helps me get aligned with my day, it relieves stress. Pretty much, I come out here, I pick things, it kind of takes my mind off of other things I'm doing and other projects. So growing things in this garden is pretty much how I keep my mind fresh and sustain things as well.